All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was tuned in into the conversation everybody been having right here. I've been locked in.
Well, what was the conversation?
He was talking
Cam
about if
Thomas has
Cam
been given a good shake, a good
a
and fair
good.
shake.
But the question I asked earlier was if you replace Cam, because DJ was talking about the coaches and why Cam didn't get minutes, which I think is valid. But my question I asked was if we were still in that draft and you replaced Cam Thomas with Cade Cunningham, does Steve Nash not play Cade? Does Cade not get development?
He have to play
So,
Cade.
are
Cade
we
is the
picking
number one
Cade
pick.
number 27? Is that what's happening? Or are we picking Cade number
We're
27?
picking Cade number 27 and picking him number one.
No, if he's still 27,
That's the
you
difference.
just get pick
27.
Cade. But Cade is still the player that he is now. It's just he with 27.
You're
Do
not giving him
Steve
that
Nash
much run.
not play him?
You're not giving him as
I
much run as he got if he's a
Why
number
is
one
that?
pick.
Jokic was picked in the second round, and he got opportunities by his second
Yeah,
year.
but
Why did
Steve
he
Nash.
yeah, but no, it wasn't
He
nobody
had
in
to
front of
prove
Joker.
himself.
It wasn't nobody in front of Joker though.
Yes,
And
there
he had
was.
to,
It was
and he,
Nurkic. They traded Nurkic to play Joker. That's not true.
no, but
There was a story that Jeff Teague told on his podcast where they were playing Denver and Kenny Atkinson was an assistant with Atlanta, and he said their best player comes off the bench. His name is Jokic, and Jeff Teague told him no, his name is Nurkic, and he starts. And Kenny Atkinson's like, no, it's Jokic. It's Jokic, and he comes off the bench. And Jeff Teague's like, I have no idea what you're talking about, right? But my point is, the people who knew the inside already knew his first year, was his second year after being drafted, but his first year playing, that he was a special player, right? And that's the point about Cade Cunningham. You know, Cade Cunningham is special. He was going to play no matter what, just like Joker. Even if it was coming, he was going to play. He was going to
Yeah,
get minutes.
Jokic in his rookie year, he played 21.7 minutes per game. He averaged 10.7 rebounds and 2.5 assists. Again, and that was while playing next to Nurkic. Like
But-
when you
Doesn't
show
matter.
yourself to be a valuable asset in training camp and in summer league, and when you come into the season and you continue working and you don't have as many deficiencies to your
Are you
game,
telling-
you're going to play minutes.
but that was what I'm saying right there. Like that's my
Second
point
round
right there.
pick played
So you're
22 minutes per
telling me
game.
that Steve Nash had great
So
pace
No.
and Jacques
what I'm
Vaughn?
saying though,
Hell no.
what I'm saying though is even if you're a number one pick, you're gonna be granted that leeway. If you're the 27th pick, you're gonna
You
have
have
to
to earn
prove that. You're gonna have to earn it and prove it, and that's basically what Jokic did. From the minute he got there, he proved to you like, yo, he got a big man that can handle the rock, that got great vision and great playmaking skills. So off rip, like that showed itself out right there. So
But
Cade,
easy. Take away the 27th pick. Kate, we know Kate Cunningham's skill set. Even if he was 27, you got a
Here, let me put
6'7"
another
point guard
comparison out there.
that can run your offense, that can score, that can take advantage of mismatches. You telling me that
Will he
guy,
start?
regardless if he's picked
Let me-
27,
Will he
is
start?
not going to get
Come on.
minutes?
Let me put another example out there.
But
for
he
you.
start. No, I think
Andrew
Kyrie
Nembhard
was
was a
there, so I
second
don't know
round
if
pick
he
in
was starting.
2022, and he started 63 games and played 75 of those. He averaged 9.5 points, 4.5 assists, 3 rebounds. Again, a guy drafted later than Cam Thomas, but yet still had more playing time and minutes. Why? Because he showed an ability to make
Who
a
is
winning
this?
impact.
Who is this?
Andrew Nembhard. He was a second round pick.
I mean,
I believe he was the first
the
pick in the
Pacers
second round.
though, but the Pacers didn't have a Kyrie Irving and a James Harden, so like that's not. But that's okay.
I'm giving you all these
but
options,
we,
man.
but we
We're
did,
continuing
that's
but
not
we
around
the
did
the
have
same
an
exception.
Ed
though, bro.
Sudner,
Like,
and
he
we
had-
did have a Mike
He
James.
had Hall
I'm
of Famers
continuously
behind
giving you
him.
all these
He
things,
had-
and we're
he
still
had to
coming up
go
with
up
excuses.
against, bro. That's not the same.
DJ, we had a championship roster. They thought Mills, Seth
understand
Curry, and
Who
all
was
these other
better than
players
Patty
were
Mills?
veterans. But hold on, listen. They thought these veterans. Patty Mills was on San Antonio. He's been on the championship roster. He
Here, I'll
knows
give
how
you
to
the best
win. He
example
knows how to
possible.
do little things.
I'll
They
give you the
thought that
best
the
example
vets was
possible.
going to
Cam
impact
Whitmore
more
was
than Cam
drafted 20th
Thomas.
by the Houston Rockets, correct?
That was stupid. That was done by them. But go ahead, bro.
What, for Houston drafting Cam Whitmore?
Playing no. Playing Patty.
No,
Mills.
you're talking about paying Patty
Oh,
Mills and
I was
Seth
about to say.
Curry.
Yeah,
over
Okay,
that was
Cam
stupid.
Whitmore was drafted 7 slots ahead of Cam Thomas. Cam Whitmore is an incredibly skillful player who probably deserved minutes. But what happened? He didn't, because he's on a contending team and didn't earn his minutes. Are we going to blame that on Ime Udoka, who's one of the best coaches in the league? No, because he just didn't earn his minutes on a contending team. That's how life works. Prove yourself or don't play. It's that simple. And Cam Whitmore came into the league as a more well-rounded player than Cam Thomas did. Correct or incorrect? Cam Whitmore was an athletic offensive player who could defend. No?
Yeah.
Okay, so,
The defending
All right,
ability
yeah,
is
Point
right.
closed.
yeah, all right.
But he is and he might develop more being on Washington. So I mean, who knows?
He might play more minutes, though. But okay. I mean, listen, Cam is 23, 24. Only going to get better and better each year. Play better
You
defense.
said that about Claxton,
Play
my
better
man.
playmaking.
Old in year 7.
The Nets,
He has
the
not
Nets,
gotten
the Nets failed Claxton too. They had this man playing the 5, not playing
So
the
then
4.
it sounds like you got to be a fan of a team that has a better development staff.
Half of these coaches that we had don't have a job for a reason. They failed these guys player development. All the coaches we had was worrying about the
So let's
big
just blame
three.
everybody but
So
Cam
are you
Thomas.
saying?
Got it.
Wait, hold on.
Is it
Yeah.
the coaches or is it the players? Like,
That's what I'm saying, man. At some point, you got to blame the player for.
are we not
No,
gonna
no,
blame
no,
the
no,
player
no,
as well?
no. But the
Blame-
question
come on, like
is, so
Javon
the
Stark,
coaching
come
staff
on,
and the
bro.
developmental staff failed every player on this team.
They failed. They failed almost every player on our roster, bro.
So which one succeeded?
fact.
Then? Which one succeeded?
Was a one-time
failed-
All-Star and a starting
they failed
caliber big
every
man.
net-
Nick Claxton
every
was a
net got
starting
failed
caliber
with player
big man.
development.
Wait. But don't focus on who failed. Who's the ones that succeeded though? Who do you think thrived?
Nobody's succeeded, bro.
Jared
So
Allen.
everybody failed. So everybody
Jared
failed.
Allen didn't succeed.
In basketball, he's not. He didn't develop in Brooklyn.
I'm sorry, who?
Jared Allen, the key piece in the James Harden trade, our starting big man at the time, who was then an All-Star
That was
2
with
years
Kenny
later.
Atkinson, bro. I'm not.
Claxton was
Claxton
in run for
Right.
Depoy.
So now it's back to
The logic is a roller coaster.
I'm
right
talking
now.
about who do we have now with Claxton?
You know that the development
Javon
staff
Sharp,
and the
that's not what
rest
I'm
of the
talking
coaching
about,
staff is
though,
who develops the
Dylan.
teams. It's not
But
just the head
Dylan, that's
coach.
not
that, right?
what I'm talking about. That's not what. Okay, but Dylan.
Well, you just said that he played with Kenny Atkinson. So
DJ, it's not just on the developmental staff,
Okay,
bro.
so it's not okay.
It's not just on the
Absolutely.
developmental staff. These
You-
players
you-
got to put in the work
Head
outside
coach
of
is a
them.
problem for Cam Thomas. Then you use the entire coaching staff as the problem for Cam Thomas. Then you use the organization as the problem for Cam Thomas, and then you use the players around him as the problem.
So
for Cam
why
Thomas.
hasn't Claxton shot
Sound like we should
75%
sell
from
the
the
team.
free throw line?
Sound like we should sell. The
I
team. That's
gotta
what-
know when it's time to blame the player.
And I'm not saying that the developmental team doesn't have a hand in it. I'm just saying that if it's me outside of the developmental Brooklyn Nets team, if I'm a player, I don't necessarily need y'all. I could put in the work by myself. Y'all are there as a help, as a need, as a necessity. But me as a player, I'm putting in the work on my own. I'm at the gym by myself. I'm working on my free throws. I'm working
Zaire
on my
Williams
hands.
is a prime example.
I'm
of
working
that. He
on
got
I'm
drafted
working on
to
this stuff
Memphis.
on myself.
Zaire Williams
I
is a
don't
prime
need
example
y'all
of that.
necessarily.
Zaire
I got
Williams is a
trainers
prime
I can
example of
hire
that.
to
Here,
put
let me
myself in
jump
the
in
gym.
for a
Like,
second. Zaire Williams is a prime example of that. He got drafted to Memphis, a team that also drafted Desmond Bane, Ja Morant, and Jaren Jackson Jr. Correct or incorrect? All
correct.
three of those guys developed into be borderline stars, if not all stars. Correct?
True.
Zaire
Correct.
Williams didn't have a place on that team. He got traded, and what happened? He became a better player in Brooklyn. Correct?
Well, he
Correct.
bounced around. for a
Okay,
little
so my
while.
point
He
is
bounced
that
around.
Zaire Williams had a good developmental team historically that drafted him. He didn't turn out too well there, and he got traded to a team that DJ's claiming has horrible development and became a better player.
Facts.
So, again, case closed. When are we going to blame the player? I love Cam Thomas. He's entering year 5. I hope it's with Brooklyn. But when are you going to start blaming the player on him not hitting the expectations that nobody else set for him other than the fan base? Because at a 27th overall pick, not a single one of us were saying that this is going to be our franchise guy. Not one person.
Nope.
Who
But
Not
Cam?
like-
one person the year that Cam Thomas was drafted said, "Oh my God, 27th overall pick Cam Thomas. He's going to be the franchise
I
player."
said that later on.
No, Dylan. We
After-
said it. No,
after
Dylan.
some-
You said you only heard that after
After
the
some of
3
the-
40-point games, bro. When Kevin
Yeah,
Durant
you
was
only
about to
heard
get
that
traded.
after 3 40-point games, which, by the way, again, I used the example earlier. Sadiq Bey put up 50 in a game.
Who?
Where's he at? Sadiq Bey.
Exactly.
S-I-D-I-Q.
Exactly.
Come on. Why are you comparing?
I mean, but I think here's the thing,
I
DJ,
think
bro.
Sadiq
Like,
Bey is on Washington.
no. Here's the thing,
Crazy to
DJ.
say that.
DJ, like, here's the thing, DJ, bro. Like, you got to understand, bro. Like, Quentin Grimes was putting up monster games last year. Now he think he owed $25 million. He was putting up
Exactly.
40-point games left and right, bro. Do you think he's worth? Do you think the Philadelphia 76ers should pay him $25 million? Hell no. But somehow shit is different for Cam Thomas.
I agree with that for sure. I was saying, Ayo Leaf, I was saying 20. That's the max, bro. I was saying 20 because they still got to get better. He like Cam like still gotta self-improve his playmaking and his defense, which I think he will do that. But I'm not paying him 30 mil because he's not there yet.
Wait, hold on.
Bro. It's people that don't want to pay him 15.
He's not there yet.
Wait, hold on. So
Kobe White is only getting 12 mil a year, bro. Do you think he's worth more than Kobe White?
wait.
No.
Oh yeah.
Hold on.
No.
Yeah. Who, Cam?
Hold
What?
on. Real quick.
Cam is okay. Nah, come on, y'all.
No, hold on.
Cam is worth more than Kobe White?
Wait. Hold on.
That's a fact.
Hold
That's a
on.
fact. Respectfully.
So DJ, so you saying Cam Thomas should get a bag because he deserves it, or he has potential to get better?
He doesn't. No, he doesn't. Easy. He doesn't deserve 30 million, bro. He deserves at least 20 mil, at least. That's the max. I'll pay him.
You pushing it with 15.
Maybe 17, 15, 17.
Why does he deserve 20 mil? Why does he deserve?
That was my
Give him
question.
20 mil, though.
That was my question.
Wait,
Why does he deserve 20 mil?
Why am I giving 20 mil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like we're listen, because I feel like we're just a better team with him on the court, somewhat. And I think that now that he has the players like not so much the defensive players, but so much he has we have a team now that's like more, I'll say.
But that's the team aspect though. So like, what does he bring to the team to reckon? To
me, he gets better. He played better defense last year. To me, I scoring was 24 points. If he played,
hold on. When you say he played better defense, what tangible number can you give me that could support him playing better defense?
So I can give you I don't have as far as the metric or the stat as far
0.
as so his defense, but like watching him play, he was playing better defense, contested shots, stuff like that. He was actually trying this year to play better defense, and I thought his playmaking at times was also there. Though obviously, it has to get better, but he's not a finished product yet, bro. Basically, that's why I'm not giving.
But you want to give him $20 million though.
Well, Leaf, we went around. I asked this before, but I didn't get you and E. I didn't get a response from you. You guys weren't in. How much would you give him?
15, maybe 15 or 17.
How much would you give Cam Thomas per year, and for how long? Like what contract? What's the most money you would offer him? What's the best contract?
12 million for 12 million, bro. I'm giving him 12 million a year at the most.
So you're gonna sign him 1 year, 12 million. Okay.
I'll give him 2 years, 24, bro, just to make sure he ain't on the market.
He's not signing that. He's not taking a 2-year deal at 12 million. He said he'll take 1 year and try to play himself out of the contract.
No, I said 2 years. I said 2 years, 24. I said 2 years, 24.
He's not signing that though. So
okay, all right. If he don't sign
this sign and trade him.
Okay.
Then sign and trade him.
Then sign and trade him.
Let me say this.
What would you offer? What's the biggest contract you'd offer him?
I'm giving him 10 mil per, and I'm only giving him 2 years.
So 10 mil?
Yeah, you lost him too.
You
guys didn't lose him for nothing, right? Like it is what it is.
Well, he's not going nowhere.
Gary, is you trying to hint to us, bro, that we got it with that? It's must, bro. He minimum 15 mil.
If you want to keep him for 1 year, I think you can get him for 12, 13 million. I said 13. You said 12.
How much? Well, so how much is you giving him to stay for 2?
20 per.
No.
All right, then that's fine, right? Like if you don't think someone's worth it, then just be prepared to lose them. All right, like if you don't care, then lose them. Like I said, let's just get rid of him. He doesn't fit in our plans. Let's try to bring Kuminga in because we could use Kuminga for years to come.
We only got 17 million in the cap. If Kuminga ain't taking that, then
hang on. That includes a $12 million cap hold on Cam Thomas.
Okay.
So if you don't bring Cam Thomas back in, now you got 29 to go get Kuminga. I'm not giving him 29, but you got 29 available to you, right? If you don't bring Cam Thomas back.
Okay. All right. So I mean, if you don't bring Cam Thomas back, and then you pretty much all in Kuminga, the minimum that you're paying Kuminga is 22.
That's the exact number I was gonna say. Good, 22. So I got 22, and I still got $7 million under the cap.
Okay.
That's what
All
I'm
right.
doing.
Then he just
All right.
turned
You
down a
think
deal for
Kuminga
like
will go?
24,
You think
Kurt.
Kuminga will go for 22?
He ain't gonna have a choice. Go.
He ain't gonna have.
He ain't gonna have no.
Yeah, he ain't gonna have a choice. Golden State, bro, is not bending over to give him no 30, bro. So like 22 is basically where he gonna be at, bro. Like if he get what 3 years, 66 million, bro, like he gonna have to take that.
Yeah. These teams don't got money like that.
These teams don't got money, bro. This
Yeah.
is the wrong year and the wrong market, bro, to try to get some damn restricted dollars, bro. They don't got it like that. I mean,
Why am I
next year.
paying him more than 20 mil or 15 mil when we just brought up Kobe White? Kobe White has a similar kind of role and precedent as Cam Thomas, and he has a $12 million contract. Why am I giving him more than that when the business
That's the
of the
same thing.
NBA?
That's the same thing I said.
But the business of the
Exactly.
NBA showed like, yo, you don't have to pay this guy over this amount right here. So why am I giving him an exuberant amount if this is the
I ain't gonna lie to
precedent
you.
setting the league?
I give Kuminga 22 mil before I give Cam Thomas 20.
It might look like that. It
It's
might
just,
be that way.
that's what it's looking like because you're gonna
You
have
fix the
what
line,
you're gonna
and
have
you fix
seven.
the lineup.
You're gonna have 7 mil left on the board, bro. Like, and then that's gonna be that. But like, I'll
Why
be
am I
honest with
giving Kuminga 22 mil when Golden State offered him 22 mil? The best thing for me to do is offer him less and entice him with opportunity that he's not going to get in Golden State because he already felt it over there. Why would I give him more? I would rather use the leverage of my
you. That's
team
not how
instead of my
restricted
cap
contract.
space.
That's not how restricted contracts work, bro. You got to look the minimum. You got to give them the minimum required amount when they're restricted. You have to, bro. Like this shit. Like I'm pretty sure we all played my GM before, bro. Like you can't lower the number that they expected on a restricted deal. You can't. Just
Right.
can't
So
do
why
that.
am I overpaying?
You ain't overpaying. You paying him what?
I
You
ain't
paying him the
overpaying.
minimum. You paying him the
The
minimum of what he
team that
worth.
he's on right now offered him 22 mil. Why am I going past that number?
They didn't. They no. The restricted team option offer is 22 mil, bro. Like, but
But they
if he's
offered him a contract from the beginning of the season. That's what I'm
right,
saying. This is the part that I'm missing. They offered him a contract.
okay,
He turned it down, bro. He turned it down, bro. Y'all know I
Is
rock
he-
with Golden State. He turned
Right.
it down. He said,
Yes.
I think I could fetch more. That's when the politics started playing in. Now he's not getting enough minutes.
But easy. It might be. We don't know why he turned it down. It may not be because of the money. It may be because
the
that dude
situation.
over there that's coaching, he's
Yeah.
not getting me minutes.
Exactly.
I'm not playing there.
LM, listen to me. Listen to me, bro. If you can have a bigger cap hit on your team, you have leverage to dictate how many more minutes you could play if you're a good player. If you're a cap hit of 30 mil on the team, you can ask for more minutes because you need to play. You're taking a sizable part of the cap. It would be bad business to not play somebody that's taking up a good size of your cap.
Steve Kerr didn't play Tatum in the Olympics. Do you think
There's
he's
no
gonna
cap in the
play
Olympics.
Kuminga?
There's no cap in the Olympics.
But what I'm saying is, it's clear that they don't value him like that. That's the point.
No.
It doesn't matter. But to me, it doesn't matter about what money. Even if you do say that, it's not a guarantee that Kerr is going to give him minutes.
If we're gonna do the Olympics, you had better players right in front of you and more experienced players. So that was more tricky for Steve Kerr. And that if we have to go to the dynamics of Steve Kerr, for what I recognize from him, he's gonna roll with things that he know he could trust, especially in tight situations. So he's gonna roll with the people he know he could depend on. Steph Curry is one of them. KD is one of them. So I'm sorry, it just played out like that. Unfortunately, it played out bad for JT, but it is what it is. But in this situation,
So in this new team now, you got Steph, you got Draymond, you got Jimmy Butler, right? You got those three guys. If you going by that, I'm sure he trusts those three, right? Jimmy Butler went to the finals. That's somebody you can trust. How long Kuminga's been there? 3 years? 3 years now? 4 years since he's been drafted. This is a 7th overall pick. Got picked 7th. So you telling me a 7th pick, you haven't been playing him decent minutes for 4 years, and you expect him to want to go back to you? Now, I'm not saying he won't take the deal. He probably will sign back with Golden State. Who knows? But if I'm him, it's like, bro, I've been here 4 years. I'm the 7th pick in the draft. You still not playing me minutes? I showed you what I can do. I scored. I had 30-point games. I played defense. I showed you my effort on the court. Why are you still not playing me? What's going on?
Well, look. If we want to get into the dynamics of Golden State, a lot of things will factor into the situation. We got to keep in mind, at the same time, Steph Curry is still on that team. They're still contending, right? And then the system that they run in, for the most part, is really kind of catered to Steph Curry and his offense. So more times than not, the players that you get inside that offense, more times than not, you molded them into the roles that will help them fit the team to win. So more times than not, them roles is really just accommodating Steph Curry. As we all can see, Kuminga could do way more than just be a role player. And he probably feels that. So the burn and the disconnect of where it comes from. So sometimes you might look on the game and you might see him doing some wild shit. For Steve Kerr, when you popping out of the system, when you're not following protocol, when you're doing all type of crazy shit that look crazy, it kind of messes up with the flow. Steve Kerr even talked about this in one of the press conferences before. It's hard for me to find minutes for Kuminga. It's hard for me to find him in rotation in the especially now since we got Jimmy, about the rotation where we could fit him and slot him with enough sizable minutes. So Steve Kerr already talked about this, how he already had trouble dealing with Kuminga. Now, at the same time, Steve Kerr is a smart guy. He was in the front office. So some of that talk right there, it could be GM politic talk right within it too at the same time. So you can't take that away from the situation. All I'm saying is the dynamics at Golden State were very different. And this is why I keep on saying everything. You can't just keep on putting everything to a general statement because some things come down contextual. We have to analyze the situation. You can't just say, oh, yeah, it happened like that, so it is what it. No. Certain things are playing into the situation, and not every situation is the same. We could kind of generalize it and compare it and make it similar, but every situation is the same. We can't say Golden State the same situation as Milwaukee, or Milwaukee's situation is the same thing as Phoenix. Every situation is different, bro.
How much do you think Golden State would be all? I think we can get Kuminga in here, $22 million, no problem. You just mentioned that Golden State Kerr couldn't find minutes for Kuminga, so if they can't find minutes for him, and he doesn't fit in the offense with Jimmy buckets and Steph. Why are they going to pay him more than $22 million to bring him back? You know, you can get him relatively cheap at $22 million. I don't know if you want to call that cheap or not, right? Like, I don't think that would be a problem at all. Who thinks Golden State's going to offer him more than that?
So maybe Kuminga thinks of himself different, sees himself different, and thought he could fetch more from the team. Me personally, I didn't think 22 was a problem, but he found it as a problem. So he probably wanted more and thought he could get more. So like, a lot of players do that same kind of thing too. They want more from their contract or more that they could peel from the team. So I mean,
does anyone object to $22 million for Kuminga? Does anyone object to that?
I do not object to that, especially for us. But I mean, in the case of the Warriors, it might be a different story. I mean, I don't know if he felt like he could get more from them, or if he wanted to get more from them just cause. But maybe he did. But I mean, he know if he goes to another team, and the Warriors don't match that offer sheet of the 22 mil, then he's basically got to take that. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Well, I'm looking at Golden State cap holds right now, right? I'm looking at how they cap hits right now. So Kuminga, that's why they be offering that same contract. But if you look at it at their books right now, they got a lot of people on their books that they paying that's not even on the team no more. Like they still got Iggy. They still got Iggy on their books. They still got Pat Spencer on their books. They got Kevin Knox on their books. They got Jonas Jerebko on their books. So they still got David West still on their books. So
that's
like when you start tallying all these guys up, it starts to add up to the number that Kuminga's making. So and remember, this team has been living in the apron the luxury tax. They've been living in there since they've been making their championships run. Even the years when they haven't even been doing nothing, they still lived in the luxury tax.
I'm basically from KD on, bro. They've been living in there, like so.
They've been living in it. So I wouldn't be mad at the team to try to alleviate some cap pressure, because that's the reason why they can't get high-end quality role players to their team. So they got to alleviate some pressure where they can. Now, Golden State, for the most part, if you've been there and you've been putting in work on there, for the most part, Joe Lacob and the now GM Mike Dunleavy Jr., they're going to try to accommodate you. I would think 22 mil is cool, but if he want more, he want more. I think it's cool. I think it's good. But if he's already hitting the cap for 22 mil, you offer him another contract. Now it got security on it, but you offer him the same numbers. He gonna look at it and be like, I think I could get more. I ain't mad at that. Like,
Probably.
I could be mad at that.
But what I'm telling you is, since he's still restricted, a restricted free agent, you basically go. The first offer sheet that you get, if the team don't, if your original team don't match that, you basically got to go to the team that matched that contract. Like, that's how restricted contracts work. Unless you opt out and then become an unrestricted free agent somehow, some way. Restricted free agent, they have to go with a first offer sheet takes them if that offer's not matched. And it usually take like 1 week. So probably on the 13th, he should be somewhere if he's not an unrestricted free agent already. So that's how that's gonna work. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, with the way that we building this team, like, I want to keep it real. Would you rather have Cam Thomas on the fast break, or would you rather have Kuminga on the fast break? I'd rather have Kuminga. That's just me. But I mean, it is what it is.
I think Kuminga's shot prowess, shot creation is underrated too. Like, the dude can definitely score.
But I want to know why y'all want Kuminga on the team so bad, though.
I mean, I think he would fit with a lot of what we trying to imply with these rookies and the heavy IQ players. They'll be able to find him cutting down lanes. They'll be able to find him on fast breaks. I mean, and Kuminga is not a settler, bro. Like, he gonna go at your chest, bro. Like, he gonna go right at if you allow him to see one-on-one coverage, he is going to go right at his defender.
For what I'm seeing or what I'm hearing, most Net fans value, and I guess in this new day and age with the rookies you drafted, like, they're valuing versatility and also switchability. Like, they're looking at Yegor possibly playing the 1 or the 3. Traore, if he's in the lineup, he could play the 2 or the 1. Wolf can play the 4 or the 5. Rick Powell can play the 2 or the 3. Like, they're looking at versatility, guys that can play defense, and dudes just like 5 2-second offenses. Kuminga kind of fits in that on the fast break, on the catch and shoot. Like, he fits that game, and he's athletic and can play defense. So he kind of fits the mold of what Sean Marks and them wants in the lineup, what Horny and them is looking for, as opposed to Cam Thomas. So, I mean,
he only, what, 22 years old?
Yeah, he's
great
younger
athlete.
than Cam Thomas.
Great athlete already, bro. Like, I think his athleticism is at his position. His athleticism at that age is, to me, is second to none. Like, that first jump, bro. Like, I mean, to me, bro. Like, I don't know. It just seemed like a no-brainer to me.
Yeah. That's what,
I mean, listen,
like,
I enjoy
Cam
Thomas, bro.
Back,
but I'm a little bit over the whole Cam Thomas love fest, bro. That's been going on in our fan base, bro. Like, we ain't been doing no winning for us to be jumping off the top rope and everybody be jumping off 20-foot story buildings, bro, for Cam Thomas. We haven't. So it's time to go for something new. And it's time for us to, and it's clear that they want to go in a different direction. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I wanted to address that. Lou mentioned the $150 million contract that was a while ago. That contract, they got Jimmy Butler in, like, that contract is gone. Like, that was an old contract. That's not coming back. If it was, it would be signed right now. If they offered him $150 million right now, that'd be signed.
That is a fact.
That's he made a Dennis Schroeder type mistake by not signing that contract. But
maybe he did, maybe he didn't. Man, I mean, we'll see. Maybe he want to go somewhere else and show that he could be a little bit more. I mean, I like his game, bro. Like he seemed like somebody that's going to attack. He could get to the free throw line a lot, bro. Shit, he get to the free. Shit, it's times where he got to the free throw line more than Steph.
Well,
Yeah.
well, let me say this, cause I'm reading it right now. It says reports from the Athletic say that Kuminga was seeking around 35 million annually, while the Warriors' offer was close to 30 million. So if we're gonna take what Lou put in the comments in the chat, 5 for 150, this is looking close to what the reports was. So you got offered 5 for 150, so 30 mil per annually. I don't know how they're gonna divvy up the contract, but basically 30 year per. It seems like you were seeking 35. So how is this about to work right here, my brother? How is this
Man,
about to work?
I'll be honest with you. I'm so glad, bro. My flight is tomorrow. That I'm not jumping on shit until these damn deals get done, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. Pause. So,
I think with Cam, Kuminga, Kobe, like Giddy, like these guys is gonna have a rude awakening because they ain't
they are.
nothing in the CBA. You're not getting the contract that you want. These niggas is gonna have to settle for whatever they gonna get, bro. These owners is not paying top out of pocket, especially if you ain't Wemby or Luca or whoever in a top 10, 50. These niggas not going over the cap for you. Like it is what it is at this point. They gonna have to settle for whatever they get. Same thing for Cam Thomas. They're not giving him 30 mil. It's not happening, and it's why he hasn't been signed yet. Because they're not getting him 30 mil. He's gonna have to take what he can get, or maybe be on a prove it year. And like Dylan said, probably give him a 3 year with a team option. And if you want to explore more of what he can get in 2026 or 2027, go for it.
He ain't getting no team
But
option, bro. He ain't getting no team option. I said it on Breezy Stream just now, bro. The people that we
which
have
is
on
why I
Bird Right
said
Street,
let him go. If he's not budging, just sign and trade him. Let him
They're gonna
go.
have to, or they're gonna lose him, just like the Nets are gonna lose Cam Thomas because they're not gonna give him. They're not gonna give him 20 million plus. Like they're not gonna do it. If they can sign and trade him, they'll do it. But who's gonna trade
sign and
for
trade
him?
him
I
for?
think they're having problems finding a trade partner. So like Kuminga is in the same position as Cam Thomas right now. Like they're in the same position.
Basically.
Exactly.
But like I think Kuminga is a little bit more valued around the league than Cam Thomas is. So if anyone's going to get 20 plus million, Kuminga or Cam Thomas, it's going to be Kuminga.
Probably. At least this year in this market, bro, because unless there's some tomfoolery going on and somebody is just like, all right, I'm gonna just wait days. One side is waiting days, the agency side of Cam Thomas and Kuminga is waiting days, and then the organization side is waiting days. They just playing, all right, let's just see who could play more the waiting game than the other, bro. Like, but other than that, bro, like I only see one of these dudes getting over 20 mil. And that's Jonathan Kuminga.
If we did do this, if we let Cam walk, we brought in Kuminga, right? You'd have Kuminga and Porter as your 3-4. You have and then what would you would start both rookies? You would start Trae and
I would probably start Drake Powell and
start Drake Powell
and Jaeger.
I'll start Drake at the 2 and Jaeger at the 1.
And Jaeger at the 1.
All right. I mean, you guys cool with that?
I mean, you got
defensively.
yeah,
I think defensively that's a good start, bro. It's not terrible, but it is a good start. You know what I'm saying? And I think we could work from there, bro. Because like with the playmakers that you got, like the rookies, the players that's gonna have to prove themselves just based on the speed of the NBA, Jaeger, and Danny Wolf is gonna have to prove themselves in terms of the speed of the game and the flexibility of the game. You know, and how the speed works in the NBA, bro. So if they could, if everything that they've done in college could translate, bro, like to the NBA game almost immediately, and you don't see no drop offs, bro, and then you could just work on the other shit, then it's gonna be cool. But right now, just in terms of athleticism, Drake Powell. If we lose Cam Thomas tomorrow, Drake Powell has to start. In my personal opinion.
You wouldn't try to start Trae with and Yegor together, you couldn't do that. You would. I'd probably start Drake Powell. I would do that. I think. Yeah.
He has the most
Drake-
untapped
Drake-
potential on the team. If he's at the 2, I really feel like he can really be one of the best guards on this team.
I think out of all of the rookies that we drafted, bro, he is the most likely to survive training camp than anybody else on that we drafted.
Yeah.
Because
Like you talking about a dude that's 6'6" with a 7 dang close to 7 foot wingspan who can defend 1 possibly through 3, and he has a good catch and shoot game to his skill set.
Great athleticism.
Great athleticism. Underrated shot creator too. He ain't just no catch and shoot. He can create a shot.
Yeah.
So you got that with him.
Cam Thomas out of here then.
I mean,
I wouldn't say Cam Thomas is out of here,
but if he's asking for 30 mil and he's not budging, all right, fine. We got Drake Powell or Trey over. We can put it to
Let me ask this question. At this point, what's the point? You're saying Cam Thomas is not a part of our future. That's what you're saying. What's the point in bringing him back? Like, you might as well just pull that Band-Aid. You're not getting it. There's no trade market for him. You don't want to pay him. It sucks that you hit on the 27th pick. You got the pick right, and then you got no value out of it. But it is what it is. Bring in Kuminga. Free up the cap space. Bring in Kuminga.
I think Cam Thomas situation
this year.
Yeah, I think Cam Thomas situation is a little bit more complicated than us just drafting him and he is a hit and then we don't got no value on him. The thing is that like we haven't valued him. I don't think the Nets have valued him enough to make a value out of him, bro. Like a lot of the times, while KD was here, bro, you seen 20-something minutes, 20-something minutes, 30-something minutes, 20-something minutes, and then DMPs. 20-something minutes, 20-something minutes, 30-something minutes, and then DMPs, bro. Like it's something in that organization and something with the staff and something with upstairs is going on to the point where Cam Thomas is just like it doesn't matter what Cam Thomas does as a scorer, bro. Like it's never been good enough for the Nets front office.
Because I told you already, bro. Because the NBA is. We could kind of say evolving, but it's just the times that we in right now because this was a time, it was the case for a point in time before. But to be on the court, you have to be versatile. You need to do multiple things on the court. It's almost like, I'll put this analogy out there. It's almost like football. If you keep on running the same play, it's not like you playing against like animals on the field or on the court. You're playing against people with a brain. They're gonna lock into what you're doing. So if you're a guy that just keep on popping out there, and we know you're gonna run a double drag, or you come off the flare to fucking shoot a 3, yeah, it gets easy to key in on that. Now you as a player have to start making difficult shots. You're disrupting the flow of the offense. You know what? Now I need to minimize your role to think about the team a little bit now, and it might hurt you.
Yeah, I think Lou was right in the comments. He said you have to sign and trade Cam Thomas for Kuminga. Golden State not letting him walk. He's a restricted free agent. It's Golden State call on where he goes.
Well, with that situation right there, you have to negotiate with Golden State, and you have to ask Golden State if they want this player, and if you want this player for this number now.
I think it's the same thing we did with D'Lo. When we signed and traded D'Lo to go to Golden State, I think it's the same.
But D'Lo, but LM, remember what was going on? KD was out the door. You cannot let KD walk for nothing if you can't bring him back.
No. I'm talking about when we signed him. When we first signed him. When D'Lo had his run and he had to leave.
No. But we had to sign and trade him though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we signed and traded him to Golden State.
But this is what I'm saying. Golden State needed something back. They needed something back, and D'Lo was a valuable piece to get back to flip. So you needed something back in that deal because that was a sign and trade right there.
You think Golden State can flip Cam? If he was to do the sign and trade for Kuminga, all right, bet they agree. You think they can do something with Cam and try to flip him, or maybe he stays there? I don't know if he starts.
That's the problem.
If he's on Golden State.
That's the problem with the Golden State rotation and how the offense and system moves. I don't know if Cam Thomas is. I know he'll bucket and they'll appreciate the bucket, but I don't know if it fits into the mold of what they want to do altogether. Because I saw Bucky get us on that team and they didn't really play him like that. So like, and then like now you deep into the guard rotation. So like you got like Gary Payton, Steph, then like who else? They was playing Pat Spencer for some reason. Like so you got all these kind of other players in front of you in the rotation. How do you crack?
Right, because he's not starting over. He's not starting over Pod. That's the
and B Pod. So I forgot about B Pod. So B Pod.
Yeah, he's not starting over Pod.
You got
He
Gary
might have to
Payton
make
right
it. He might have to Gary Payton. He might have to. If he does stay, he'll probably be like a Poole role or Jordan Poole role probably. I don't know, but I don't think they're not starting. Steph and Pod are the backcourt, in my opinion. You're
but
not
at that point though, LM at that point. So like, you basically got not Jordan Poole, but you basically bought Jordan Poole back to your team because you was paying Jordan Poole basically the same contract you offer Kuminga, $30 million per. So if you're trying to make this deal happen, you're paying Cam Thomas somewhere close to that number to make the sign and trade happen.
Do you think? It's difficult. I don't know. I wouldn't mind it. It's just that maybe they will look to get Cam Thomas off elsewhere and direct him to where he actually wants to go. Which I think Dylan made a good point. I think Milwaukee would be a good fit for him.
Yeah, but
playing alongside Giannis.
But think about it as the organization and then think about it as the player. So the organization, right? If I do get this player back, right now, what I'm looking at, there's no market for this nigga. For whatever reason, we could say that people filled up their cap space. There's a lot of guards in rotation, things in front of him and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, right now, what we're looking at, there's no market for him. I don't feel confident taking this player if there's no market for a bucket get it for him. So like, and then I'll have to pay him to a bigger contract, a bigger number that he might, as an organization, I might not feel he needs to have. So now at that point, other teams gonna look at like, yo, that's a big number right there for that guy right there. That's hard to move. I don't know if I want to like really do it. Same thing like that. Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is still a good player, but you don't want to play on your team that's making like 50 mil, and the things that he brings to your team, it doesn't impact to the way that 50 mil is supposed to impact. So at that point, you have to start taking things into account. Do I want this player on the team if I can't move him and he making 20 mil?
I mean, but somehow, some way, these contracts is gonna have to run out. Somebody got to pay that.
Exactly.
Somebody got to. One of the 30 teams gonna have to pay that. In that particular Bradley Beal case, one of the teams is gonna have to pay that unless you do the Dame shit, and then you just paying. You split the money up and decide to pay Dame for 5 years, 22 mil, like the Bucks decided to do. But at the same time, I think just to stay on the Cam Thomas Kuminga situation and the restricted situations, because if I'm not mistaken, Quentin Grimes ain't getting paid neither. So like just to stay on that, bro. Like it realistically, bro. Like I think that like all three of them, there was nothing that they can do in these years unless they became all stars, bro, or unless they became all NBA players, bro. There was nothing else that they could do to warrant the money that they're asking for. There's nothing. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing, bro. Like if Quentin Grimes or Kuminga or Cam Thomas became an all-star this year or this past year, that would have been different. But at the same time, bro, like when you don't have no accolades, only one of them got an accolade, and that's an NBA championship, and that's Kuminga. He still have something to warrant out of this, but he's probably the only person that's gonna get paid over 20 mil out of the three. And that's just the reality. That's the whole truth.
Shit,
nothing
out
but
of the
truth.
four, because Josh Giddey is in this whole situation too. That's
Josh Giddey I think Josh Giddey gonna get some bread. I ain't gonna lie to you.
How much? 25?
I think Josh Giddey, like the situation that he's in, bro. Like the Chicago Bulls have put themselves in a situation where, like, not only is he viable, but they actually need him for now. So, like, I mean, like it's a possibility that he might get over 20 mil.
And plus, for the Chicago situation, for them specifically, you traded for Josh Giddey, and you gave up what I think was one of your probably your highest value asset on your team, and Alex Caruso. You gotta do. You didn't get no picks back in that, and it's not like you alleviated cap space because
I don't know what they got back for DeRozan and Zach LaVine because they got rid of them too.
I gotta look back for that. I don't think they got too much back for that. I don't think
And
they got
they
too
they
much.
didn't. Well, they didn't get what they were supposed to get because San Antonio still got they still got Castle. Castle was supposed to be in that deal.
Well, Zach LaVine was a three. I think a 3-team trade, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not too sure on that. I'm not too sure on. Don't hold, and then I think
You let DeRozan walk, bro. Like so, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like it seemed like, and then you
Yeah,
let Lonzo go.
they got Chris Duarte, 2 second-round picks and cash.
I don't know how the Spurs kept. I don't know how the Spurs kept Castle out of that shit, bro. I really don't.
They finessed this.
That was a high quality finesse.
Chicago getting. I think they got back their pick this year, which was Noah Senge.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it worked out for him, but I mean.
That's off the LaVine trade for the Giddey trade that you made, the Alex Caruso trade. That was player for player straight up. That's basically what you did with Cleveland. You went player for player straight up. So to maximize your asset, you have to do something with Giddey. So you can't let him walk, and you gotta pay him something. So
is he even a market for
Are we
Giddey?
getting Kuminga for?
I mean, but
Cam Thomas, really?
Giddey's market is Chicago right now. Like that's what's going on. I mean, there's no way, bro. We already got Josh Giddey on our team. His name is Diego Demin.
There's no point bringing Giddey. We just drafted.
What are we doing that for, bro? The only players that we should be eyeing right now is Kuminga or Cam Thomas. Nobody else.
We should be eyeing nobody. Cam Thomas, but I don't think we should be eyeing nobody.
You got to spend the money on somebody. You can't.
How much is Cam Thomas asking?
Cam Thomas
apparently 30 mil.
How much?
I want 30 million too.
He asking for 30 million.
For 30 million.
Yeah, he wants 30.
He asking for 30.
Yo, boy, go back to Chesapeake.
I mean, you can ask for whatever you want, right? You're not going to get it, but you can ask.
Everybody gonna laugh. Everybody gonna, boy.
Yeah, I think they are.
Everybody gonna laugh. All the front office.
Right, everybody is laughing already, bro.
Everybody's laughing right now.
Like the only person that's qualified to get over 20 mil right now is Kuminga. That's it.
But like,
Breezy's not laughing though.
He doesn't really have a $20 million resume either. Like he really doesn't. He
but that NBA championship carry weight, bro. Like this is the reason why Nikola Jokic is probably gonna get some crazy dollars, bro. Like once his rookie skill contract is up, that NBA contract carry weight. The reason why
Jokic didn't improve shit though.
The reason why MPJ is getting all of his money and not a third of it because that NBA championship carries weight. It does.
Y'all playing, right? He didn't ask for 30 million.
That
right?
He can play on a championship team, that he can be a contributing piece.
He was a starter on a championship.
He can play in the play. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He proved that he can be a contributing player, a starting player, and play well in the playoffs. As a rookie, he was a rookie that year, right? That was his first year or second year?
I want to say
second
year.
I think it was the second year.
I want to say second year.
Second, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It was second year.
He
proved that he could play at that level as a second-year player.
Right.
But I'm not blaming Cam for asking for.
Is this 30 million legit thing? Is this real thing?
He's asking for it. He's not going to get it.
We heard that he asked for it.
We heard that he's asking
for it.
What?
From the agent? I'm gonna just say that, but all I'm gonna say is this: the reality of him getting 30 mil, bro. Like in this market or in this league. In this career, bro, like what he has done already, bro, is very, very low. It's lower than the bar. Just to let everybody know, Jonathan Kuminga went top 10 in that 2021 draft, and so you already owe money as a pick, as just off a pick, and he got he has a championship in his rookie season. He was 19 years old, and he played 16 games in that playoffs. And he played like 9 minutes in those games, bro. Like just verbatim. So like, I mean,
Cam Thomas lost these bunkers, boy. That's what happened.
I don't know what Cam Thomas did,
but
about
30
might
million.
be his agents. Who knows?
It might be his agent might be on the same time and that Quentin Grimes' agent is on, because Quentin Grimes was putting up 40-point games on the Sixers, bro, and now he asking for 25. So the reality, listen. Look! I understand what it is. I like, and I get it, bro. Like, listen, putting up 40 in an NBA game on any level, bro. Like everybody feels like all 40-point games is created the same, and all of them shits could be
Yeah,
done
but
on
we
any
both know.
scale.
What about the defense, Leaf? Right? What about the defense? Nobody talk about the defense. Nobody talk about steals. Nobody talk about blocking shots. Nobody. You already know. You already know. People love
Listen,
the
if
offense. Fuck the offense, man.
if you
Fuck the
want
offense.
if you want all of that, go get Giannis, bro. But we don't want him. So like we I don't know what we doing.
Giannis is not even like that. You remember Halliburton fucking blew by him mad times this past in the playoffs. That nigga
Yeah,
fell off defensively.
but Giannis is capable of at least 3/4 of the shit that you just mentioned, bro.
Facts. Nah, facts.
What I'm saying is, bro, is that everything. Listen,
I just don't
everything
want
should be
nobody who
really.
don't play defense, Lee. Fuck that.
Everything
Fuck
should be really
anybody.
solved in a week, bro. Like, well, they don't play. Well, it's not that they don't play defense, bro. It's just that these NBA teams is too damn fast.
I
Like
get it.
The Indiana
Everybody's
Pacers.
talented. I get
Yeah,
it.
The rules like is different. The Indiana Pacers, bro, proved that if you could move the ball up the court and get everybody to score, you could get close to winning a championship. They did. They
Yeah, I
got
mean,
very,
like I'm
very
just saying,
close.
put a chest to chest. I mean, some kind of passion, Leaf. On the other end. I mean, show
I
me
mean,
something, man. You don't have to
listen.
succeed at it. I mean,
The
just
game,
try. You know what I
the
mean?
game.
Like,
Listen, there's a
uh,
reason why teams is putting up 120 something points a game, bro. Like
that
if
shit.
you
I
want,
hate that. I hate today's
if you
game.
want
I
if
hate
you
it.
really want defense, bro, I think OKC did it to the best of their abilities, bro. Like in
I think
terms of
it's
their
overrated.
era.
Don't you think, Leaf? Their defense is overrated. I feel
I
like.
don't even. They listen. They foul a
I feel
lot,
like you
bro.
can break that shit down if you got the
Yeah,
right
you can
players.
break
You can
that
break
shit
that
down if
shit
you got
down.
the right
Yeah.
players. But I
Yeah.
mean,
The Pacers didn't have it.
to get
Pacers
back
didn't.
on Cam Thomas and
Facts.
Kaminga,
Facts. Yeah, we got off
I'll be
the
honest with
track.
you, bro.
Right.
I'd rather Kaminga with this squad than Cam Thomas, bro. To be honest with you.
But 30 mil though,
Why?
Leaf? 30, that's crazy.
The
30
reason why is
mil.
because I think like everything about his game kind of fits what we've already drafted in the direction that I believe that we're trying to go. I really believe so, bro. Like we need somebody that's gonna continuously attack the basket, bro. Like Kaminga is not the least bit shy about lowering the shoulder and running up in there, bro. Like it was at like a lot of stretches, bro. He averaged more free throws than Steph. So I mean, and that was on the Warriors. So like, I mean, listen,
And he plays defense, Leaf.
defensively he ain't a slouch, bro. Like as an athlete, bro, like he could get to that third, fourth, fifth gear, bro, and get to the basket and rise, finish in traffic, bro. Like I mean,
And I think Jordy can really open up his game. I feel like Jordy can maybe push him defensively.
I think he
Kaminga?
could. Yeah, he could definitely push him defensively. He could push
Facts.
him. He could push him
Facts.
in sets. Put him
Facts.
in a lot of sets and a lot as an athlete to where it could work, bro. I think we got the
Gary,
one.
clip this, Gary, for Leaf. What you talking
I
about?
think
Gary?
we got
Clip that
one
shit.
third. I think we got one third of how we want to play correct in this year, bro. Like if we get Kaminga to add on to this roster.
And how much Kaminga asking?
Kaminga, I ain't
Talking
gonna lie.
about fucking Kaminga.
He asked Golden State for 35.
Whoa!
That's what he asked Golden
Whoa!
State for.
That was the beginning of the. To be fair,
That
that
was the
was the
beginning
beginning.
of the season. The beginning of the season, bro. He asked Golden State for 35.
Yo, but nobody's
That
gonna
nigga
pay
see
him
the that
35, even
nigga
if
see
they
the
have
market going
money.
around. He
If
gon'
they,
he gon' come down on that.
right? I don't
Exactly.
think. Let's just say people got the salary. The cap space. I don't think nobody's gonna sign him for 35 mil. I could
I
be
These
mean,
players
wrong.
is
well,
gonna have to
I
get
could
what
be
they
wrong.
can get, bro.
the thing is,
These
what
owners
I
is
could be
not
wrong.
going above the cap. They're not going above the cap to
No,
sign
no.
these
I mean,
dudes. They're
like if
just
people
not.
had the cap,
no, no, no,
I'm
no,
talking
no,
about if
no,
the
no, no,
teams
no,
had the
no, no,
cap.
no, no. See, the thing that we missing is like Kaminga asked the team that drafted him for 35. The Cam
Yeah.
Thomas asked the team that drafted him for 30. Like that's what he felt like he owed from that ball club. He not going around asking 30 other teams for 30 and 35. That's not what they doing. They asking the teams that drafted them to that, bro. So when you got bird rights, that shit carry and they know how bird rights work. So they just using that
True.
one thing as a leverage. That's
So
the
wait. So damn, these guys must be nice. So after the rookie contract, they can automatically get a 30 million. The
no,
fuck?
not like they
Wait.
can't automatically get 30 million, bro. They gotta
No, I
earn
mean
30
like
million.
if they're good enough, if they they can get
If
30 million. Get the
it
fuck.
really it really depends on like the the trophy case really carries weight, bro. So if they like, I put it to you like this: the kid from Orlando, Apollo, he just got 5 years, 285. His
Whoa.
resume. Hold up,
Whoa.
I'm gonna let you know what his resume reads. His resume reads: Rookie of the Year, All Star, All NBA, All NBA team, and that happened in 3 years. His first 3 years in the league. That'll get you money. That'll get you paid. If Cam Thomas
Don't leave out the playoff appearances. Don't leave
in
out
the
the playoff
playoff
Yeah,
appearances.
but
appearances,
that jumper is
those are
iffy though, Leaf.
bonuses.
That jumper
But
is
but
iffy though.
yeah,
You know,
but here's the thing. With Florida, not only is it tax free bread, but you could dig in the cap if that's your draft pick. Paolo went number 1 overall to Orlando. Kuminga went
facts.
number 7 to Golden State. Cam Thomas went number 27 to us. So the reality is they're asking their respected teams for 30 and 35 mil. They're not going around asking everybody else for 30 and 35 mil because they know that shit ain't happening.
And if you notice too, at the same time too,
I just didn't know. Like after 4, I didn't want to cut you off. My next guy off, but I'm just saying I didn't know after 4 years. After 4 years you could get a 30 million. The fuck?
no,
I
but
figured,
but
there's a limit. There's a limit
but,
to
Yeah,
shit.
because
but
the rookie
if you notice,
scale contracts for the first round is like 3-4 years for a
That
lot
you
of
know
these
what I
four
picks.
mean,
years,
Leaf?
4 years,
From
40 mil, I
3
think,
to
or something
30
like that.
million, jumping from 3
Right.
to
4 years,
I don't know.
40 mil, I think, something like that. 3 years, 30.
4 years, yeah, it's like 40 years, 40 mil for top 10 picks or some shit.
But if you notice, right? If you notice, so Orlando, they did all their side deals first. So they they did the KCP trade for Desmond Bane. They signed Mo right back. They took care of the other ancillary pieces. Now when
Right.
it came down to it,
They took care of Franz a year ago too.
they took care of France a year ago, so they didn't have to worry about it. But when it came down, when the season opened up, when the free agency opened up, they took care of their little guys first, and then they went to the guy with their bird rights that they could hit over the cap. They took
Right.
care of them last. That's a
Right.
part of GM too. Who
Yes.
to take care of first, and who
Yes.
to take care of
Take
last.
care of last.
Because now you could go over the cap with Paulo with his bird rights. But if you
Right.
did that rip off first, there's some people you probably couldn't have been able to keep at the same
Right.
time.
Right.
So
Right.
that's a part of GM too. When you taking care of these contracts, when you giving them the contracts, how much you giving them, when you giving them, who did you sign first? Because you probably signed some other people that you didn't have their bird rights to or didn't have them long enough, and now you put yourself in first or second apron. Once you hit these aprons, certain things go away from you. Once you hit the second apron, you in hell. That's what the GMs is trying to avoid right there. Because once you
Basically.
hit second apron and you don't know
Yeah.
how to maneuver around it, especially in the new
That's a
CBA,
fact.
you stuck. And the
That's
owner
a
not
that's
trying
a
to hear you
fact.
stuck.
Brad Stevens was talking about that the other day. He said the second apron was staring him right in the face, and it's gotten to the point, bro, where Jaylen Brown could be gone after this year, after this time of year,
Jalen
in
Brown
the next year.
contract is crazy, by the way.
Yeah,
It's
his
crazy.
because there's no
ridiculous.
possible way
Ridiculous.
that you could finish off Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum's contract and with the way that they're going in their careers.
They're like the Celtics salary Pac-Man. Him and Paul, what's his name? And Jason Tatum, right? They're like Pac-Man. They eat up
both
all
got
that
paid
shit.
three. Yeah, they both got paid 300 plus. So like, I mean,
But they had to shed them contracts. You see how they had to shed them contracts?
of course they had to shut them contracts, but
Wait,
now
y'all think they're worth that 285? Be honest. I think they
was worth it for what had happened because they won a championship.
Because they won a championship, yeah.
Yeah,
But you think
like-
Paolo worth 285? Because you said he got 285, right?
Yeah,
That's insane.
Paolo
That's
is
insane.
definitely worth that. Yeah,
You think so?
Hell yeah.
285?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Paolo's worth that.
You got
What did he average? Like 21? 21 a game?
But you got to think about what the thing.
But he's young. You're right. He's young. He's super young.
So with that contract, you
Super
getting
young.
paid for what you could do going forward because you've been showing promise, but you getting paid at the same time for what you did for us already. What Paulo did for us already is brought niggas out the trash.
No, he got a great potential, though. He got a great potential.
He got great potential, but he already did things for us already that put us on the map. So you, in part of that contract, you're getting paid for what you already did for us. Now going forward, you're getting paid the max because we think you could do more for us. But
And he's like 250, right? He's like 250 pounds.
He
That's
like
crazy.
260.
6'10", 260, something like
Oh,
that.
260.
He
Damn.
like 260.
That,
So
that I
like
ain't gonna lie, Paulo a big ass kid, bro. Like
Yeah,
I
you
ain't gonna
probably
lie.
can't stop him. You know that he probably do whatever
No,
he
you
wants.
can't, bro.
Yeah,
Like
you
you
can't
going
stop
like
him.
teams play the paint on him, but he knocking down shots.
Cause the guy's like 210. Usually most
Exactly. He gonna
guys.
run. Yeah, he gonna run you
That's
the fuck
wild.
over.
Well, I guess that's another reason because they know he's like super solid
Yeah,
weight wise. That's another reason at 285. I get it. He
yeah.
deserves it. I guess he deserves
Like yeah,
it.
he gonna but the reality about like like the thing is the accolades carry you a long way. So if you got rookie of the year or rookie team and all star written on your resume, bro, and all NBA team, bro, like which is another thing, bro. Like these is all incentives to get you paid. The
Yeah,
incentives that was supposed
yeah.
to like the Denver Nuggets thought they was getting away with some shit when they signed MPJ to a deal, so like they could keep him and pay him 1/3 of the contract, and then nobody else so that way nobody else could get him. So they was basically the contract probably read $200 million, but in reality they was probably paying him 12 mil a year when they was really supposed to be paying him what 25 or 30.
well,
But since they won a championship, now he owed all that bread.
well,
That's crazy money for
let,
the Celtics guys, though.
let
That's
me say
fucking
this because
crazy money.
certain teams have certain different dynamics going for them. Like one example is the Toronto Raptors. They gave Scotty Barnes a big contract. They gave him the bag, right? At
Right.
that time, I think he made like probably like one All-Star team or something like that. He didn't even make an All NBA
Rookie of the
team.
year, All Star team, I think, and one All NBA. I want to say.
But that's not enough for him to fetch that big contract. But for Toronto, for that franchise, they know that's their main player, they star player right now.
I
So
think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he did the same thing that Paulo did in his contract years, because they did make the playoffs when in his rookie year. Scotty Barnes he had 2 playoff appearances. I think he had a rookie of the year, he had an All Star appearance, and I think he had one All NBA team.
yeah, but your impact to the team is not the same way as Paulo. But at the same time, though, there's no other option, and you really good. So we might as well give you this big bag to hold you down because we see you as a franchise guy because you bring a lot to the table to impact winning. Now it's not at the same level as Paulo, but it's still impact and winning. Paulo had major leverage in this negotiation. Like I said, all the things you put on the table, the rookie, the All-Star, and all that. But if you bring the main thing that you could have real negotiation powers in is when you hit the postseason and you give them good things to talk about. So Paulo could come back and say, "Yo, I led y'all to the postseason, right? Y'all haven't felt that in a good while. Y'all didn't feel that since y'all was going to band for band against Kawhi and whatever the hell that was, bro.
Right.
I led you back to the playoffs." And 1 year, we went 7 games against a team that is arguably the best team in the East right now. So,
Right.
if anything, I have leverage. I could say, you bring me back, you do what you need to do for me, and we're going somewhere farther because we're improving and they're staying pat. So, we're going to
Right.
get better. So, like, you come to the table with leverage, with negotiation, with power.
That's true. That these is all true facts. I think the All Star, just to put it out there, the All Star game that just to be accurate about it, both Paulo and whatchamacallit won Rookie of the Year, and they got an All Star. None of them got an All NBA team yet. The year that Scotty Barnes got an All Star, now he only played 60 games, and he made the playoffs one time. In that rookie scale, he was averaging like 13, 9, and 5. During that year, I think it was 2022
Yeah.
that they made the playoffs. So like, Scotty Barnes. I mean, I wouldn't call him the player that Paulo is, but I mean, and just in terms of accolades, he did the same thing that Paulo did.
Well, but then that is starting to get subjective. You already know these because there's some people out there that saying Scotty Barnes is better than Paulo, and then there's some people that saying Paulo is way better than Scotty Barnes. That's not even a conversation. So
It is. It is. But just in terms of like all of the aspects of the game, I think Scotty Barnes checks some boxes, and Paulo checks some boxes. Who checks more boxes than who? Who really knows, man? I will never say Paulo is a better defender than Scotty, but I'll never say Scotty is a better offensive player than
And
Paolo.
Paulo. Right.
I mean,
Right.
but they do the intangibles. So they both pass pretty well. I think Scotty is he may be slightly a better passer. Some people might think Paulo might be a better passer. Some people might think Paulo is a better rebounder. Some might think Scotty is a better rebounder. But like I think that's all subjective. Better shooter. I think Scotty has improved on his shooting. Then I think Paulo has improved on his shooting. But the gap is the way they have each other is that I think Paulo offense and Scotty on the defense. So
Mm.
you fuse those two players together, man, you're gonna get a hell of a nigga.
If you confuse them,
Yeah,
this was
yeah,
Dragon Ball Z.
yeah, definitely. So I don't know, Gary, man. It seemed like this situation, man, gonna get bleak, but we gonna know in another week because my flight is tomorrow. That means I ain't got to deal with none of this shit.
I didn't know the Cam Thomas situation was this tumultuous. I didn't know they was
Me
this
neither.
like,
I
oh
thought the deal. I honestly thought the deal was a no brainer. Right after Dayron and Zaire got their deals, and I thought like, all right, so what was it, 17 million left or however? Okay, Cam Thomas get 15, 17, 17 mil, or like what was it, 34 mil for 2 years? That would have been cool with me.
Yo,
Yeah,
I
I
wonder
mean,
how
Cam was
Breezy's
expecting to
feeling
get a
right
lot more than that. Cam was expecting, and it's not out there. And like, he's in a position where he just has to sign something, right? Like he needs to get signed. Otherwise, like the Nets are gonna like. I don't see him here long term, so the Nets will just move on without him. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have the qualifying offer out on him. Like, go ahead. If you don't want to come back, don't come back. It's kind of the way I see it. So he's got to sign something. And I would say take the 1 year, 12, 13 million, and then try to play yourself into a better contract next year because this ain't the year to be a free agent.
It's damn sure right. I mean, I think next year definitely is. The Wizards is gonna be cat. I ain't gonna lie, they're gonna be.
I don't even think the next year is going to be a good year too because I still think these GMs don't know how to truly navigate around the second apron like that right now. That's why you
They
see some
don't.
teams making like crazy.
That's why you're
moves.
seeing some teams tank and go straight for the draft, and then they worried about all the rest of the shit later. I'll be honest with you, bro. Like it seemed like, bro, if you could win multiple championships with guys that's on rookie skill contracts or on low ball contracts, bro, like that's the way to go. And I think that's what a lot of teams is trying to do. A lot of teams are trying to set they pay rate, flexibility in terms of pay in terms of they bill yearly. They're trying to set it up kind of how the 2015 Warriors did. So I mean, it's a lot of teams that's trying to do that, but it's a lot of teams that can't do that because a lot of teams won championships. The teams that won championships, they can't afford to do that. But the teams that haven't won championships and haven't like even touched the playoffs or whatever, and they don't have nobody making no big top dollar on their own roster, they're trying to do that. I think we're one of the teams that's trying to do that.
Well, I think one of the things that GM was doing, and it was a thing that I mean, GMs do it all the time, but for right now, I think they're bringing it back into style. But I think a lot of teams, and you have to really notice them. A lot of teams, and some of them are good teams and contending teams, they're loading up on expiring contracts, and they're either going to try to get them off by trade deadline, or depending on who it is, they're going to let walk out just so
Right.
they can free up their cap space. Because if anything, GMs are trying to set themselves up in good standing when a new season starts because the cap and the aprons are too strict. So the best
Right.
way to alleviate that pressure is to have contract just leave your cap, so you don't have to worry about certain things. So I think some teams are just loading up on expiring contracts. So once it leaves, like once they leave or they trade them, they have that flexibility now. So I think some teams just loading up on that. So I think that's one of the safe methods that they're using right now. Like, all right, we're gonna bring this player in. He should be good for us. But if he's not, it is what it is. We try to get him off at trade deadline, but it's expiring contract. So once he leaves, we're gonna have that cap space open. Right now, how the free agency played out, the teams kind of hurt the players in their market because some players were looking for bigger dollars that they got. So if anything, they're gonna try to do that little 1+1 or 2+1, try to get right back into the market, stuff like that. So if anything, the teams are looking like, all right, some players might come right back into the market, hoping for a bigger contract. We could try to entice them with the cap space that we have right there. So you'll see teams like Miami and stuff like that. Oh yeah, we building cap space for like the next season or 2027, and you're like, yo, who's the free agent right there? And it's not necessarily who's the free agent, but we have that flexibility. So when a situation arises, we could put that player in our system and don't have to go through hula hoops just to make sure we have a viable team.
Yeah. I listen, all agreed upon, bro. Like, I mean, me personally, but just to end this off, man, because Gary probably want to dip. Yeah.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I got a drip dip in a minute. I was hoping Dylan was gonna jump back on, but I haven't heard back from him. So
but just to end it off, bro, like whether it's Kuminga, whether it's Cam Thomas, bro, I've come to a resolve, bro. I like my player fan days is over, bro. Like, I mean, listen, I got a flag planted, bro, and it has an emblem on it, and it's a B, and that B stands for Brooklyn, and it stands for the Brooklyn Nets. So, like, I keep telling players not to fall in love with these players, man. That, like, you can't show no love. Love will get you killed in these NBA streets. You know what I'm saying?
So all the way to a team, bro, because the team be doing some crazy shit that you can't agree with.
But you can show support. I mean, like you can show support. It's not me showing love all the way to the team either. I think on my love days, bro, like my love days is gonna start when I on my flight when I get all the way down to where I'm going. That's when my love days is starting, bro. Like, but
you
like
where you headed? Where you headed?
I'm headed to Snyder, Texas, bro. Like I'm going move closer to my girlfriend and her daughter and her family.
Oh, you're moving there? Like you're going to Texas?
Yeah.
Welcome to Texas, my man. Welcome to Texas.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. I've been there a couple of times already, bro. Like everybody had they laughs and gags about
Leaf is where I was sundown town. That's what's going on.
I'm not in the sundown town. No, I'm not. Like he's out here flex. That's not a sundown town, bro. Like it's all right town. It's friendly, man. People like they know me because of my girlfriend and her family and shit.
So where do you fly into? Lubbock, or where are you flying into?
I'm flying into Lubbock. Yeah. I'm flying into Lubbock. But it's only temporary, bro. Like, I mean, I don't plan to live there the rest of my days, bro. Like, I mean,
once you come to Texas, you ain't gonna leave. I promise you that.
I don't know about that.
The stats, Gary. We ran the stats. The place that Leaf is going to only has 150 black people in it. I told him that's 3 targets right there. That's 3 targets, bro. That is 3 targets, bro. So
But how many people are inside of Texas total? Like, how many people live there total?
Inside of Texas, the state? God.
No, inside of Snyder. I know.
Snyder, 11. It's less than 12,000.
And there's only 150 black people out of 12,000.
Yes. Most of them is Hispanic. The highest ratio of people is Hispanic people, bro. Like Mexicans and shit like that. So the white people is the second highest, and the third highest is the black people, which is the lowest.
Hey, listen. All I'm saying is, listen, man. I went to school with at least 2,000 people in it. No lie, you could recognize and know almost damn near everybody in that motherfucker. So I'm just saying. That town right there, there's a good chance everybody damn near knows everybody.
Yeah, so yeah.
Oh no, it's a small town. Yeah. Like it's a small town. Like, right. Yeah, it's gonna be a different vibe than being in Brooklyn.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that I know for sure. Cause like I mean, like listen, I've been around all of Brooklyn, but I don't move around all of Brooklyn, bro. Like I mean, like let's like. Brooklyn basically for me was like, all right, I see somebody I recognize in certain areas, but I don't move everywhere. Like, I mean, it's people that's from East New York that don't move around in Sunset. It's people from Sunset that don't move around in Crown Heights. It's like it's different stuff, but like the thing about Brooklyn is so much gentrification, bro. I'll be honest with you, the Brooklyn that start running off championships, bro, we might recognize.
Right.
That's how gentrified Brooklyn is. So I mean, it might cost a pretty penny, bro, to come back just for the goddamn parade. Like for real, like let's be honest. Let's be honest. But let's be honest. If the Nets start running off championships, bro, like Like, how are people going to get on Atlantic Avenue and get to the parades? Like, come on. Like, that's out of town that used to live in Brooklyn, bro. Like, I'll be honest, bro. I don't want to be here, bro, when the Nets start winning championships because it's going to cost too much fucking money to live here. Economics, bro, is naturally going to rise when your team starts winning.
Yo, you know what? You know that's funny, son? Yo, that would be some nasty ass fucking shit, because shit is going up on a daily, yo. So you telling me
It is going up on a daily, but so if the Nets start winning, that is basically like you
that's
talking
some
about
bullshit, bro.
the Brooklyn
shit go up.
Yeah.
Yo, if the Nets win, everything is gonna change in sports. Everything.
If the Nets win, not just in sports, everything is going to be
bigger
changed
than the
in
Lakers
Brooklyn.
championships, Celtics, anybody that win a championship. Bigger than anybody when the Nets
but the thing is, if the Nets turn into a dynasty, bro, like then that's a whole different ball game.
No, they just need one, Leaf, to break the curse. They just need one to get their foot in the door.
But
because everything in the North American pro sports, I feel like everything is going to change because nobody wants the Nets to win.
But people's everything we talk about is economics, bro. Think about the Chicago before the Bulls started winning championships. I'm pretty sure, bro. Like before Michael Jordan got there, it probably cost dirt, bro. Like to live there, bro. Like when Jordan and the Bulls started taking off, especially in the '90s, bro. Like it was like that market became a market immediately. Bro, Golden State, bro. Like you already know this easy, bro. Like
they was shitter now.
Golden State was way too big for Oakland, so like they went to Silicon Valley, bro. Like, and the money started going crazy.
Well, I think they went to San Diego, Silicon Valley, because the money was crazier over there, and.
But you couldn't build nothing in Oakland though. Like Oakland is basically like Brooklyn. It's like how Brooklyn was in the '90s. Oakland is still a hood.
But Lee, so let me put it to you like this.
I gotta wrap this. All
right, cool.
Yo, good to see y'all. Good to hear from y'all, man. You know, real Nets fanatics. I love y'all like a motherfucker. You already know.
Appreciate y'all.
The real Nets fans,
Appreciate
though,
you,
not the fake ass fans. Real Nets fans.